Why are there Buddhist statues in Muslim Pakistan? Hi, my name is Jeff Halverson. This presentation will focus itself on the presence of Buddhism in Pakistan. In order to understand, to some extent, the presence of Buddhism in the largely Muslim nation of Pakistan, I want to provide some background information on a specific time period, a specific person, what Buddhism is, and more about Ashoka's conversion and the spread of Buddhism in modern-day India and Pakistan. First, I would like to start with the time period with which we need to concern ourselves, and that would be the time period of the Maurya Empire. The time frame for the Maurya Empire spanned from approximately 322 to 120 BC. The era of the Maurya Empire was ushered in by Chandragupta. This emperor conquered the Indus River Valley civilization and not long after unified most of India. This empire was considered the first true Indian empire and is so considered because of the unification that thereafter took place. This Maurya Empire reached its height under control of Emperor Ashoka. Who was Ashoka, you might ask? Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya and the son of Bindusara. In the year 301 BC, Chandragupta left his throne to his son Bindusara. Bindusara's reign lasted 28 years, and during that time he had 7 sons. At the end of his reign, Bindusara left his throne to his son Ashoka, who, just an interesting tidbit, was supposedly very ugly. Ashoka, in the 8th year of his reign, led a campaign to conquer Kalinga, a southern Indian region. He was successful in his raid, and his 10th year signified a turning point in his life, as well as the way in which he reigned. Ashoka was so shocked and traumatized, one could say, from the effects of the war he brought upon Kalinga, that he changed a lot of who he was and what he stood for. He converted to Buddhism and made it a goal of his to promote nonviolence and righteous conduct, and to reign in as moral a way as possible. As Ashoka's life and reign came to an end, so did his Buddhist influence. The next question I would like to answer in order to help us understand why Ashoka converted to Buddhism is, what is Buddhism? First off, Buddhism is a unique path or process by which one undergoes in order to develop and eventually achieve spiritual enlightenment. A part of the process of attaining this state of enlightenment, or Buddhahood, requires that one develop the essential qualities of kindness, awareness, wisdom, and patience. All of these qualities appealed to Ashoka and influenced his conversion. According to Buddhist Center, an enlightened being sees the nature of reality absolutely clearly, just as it is, and lives fully and naturally in accordance with that vision. This is the goal of the Buddhist spiritual life, representing the end of suffering for anyone who attains it. Buddhism is different than most religions, especially those of Western origin, in that a Buddhist does not worship a creator god. Of the many gods they do believe in, there wasn't a single one they believed to have created mankind. As I have, for our purposes, sufficiently answered our questions as to what Buddhism is, I will only list some of the main teachings of Buddhism, but not go into depth. Among them are the 3 jewels, the threefold way, the 4 noble truths, and the noble eightfold path. I would like to talk a little bit more about Ashoka's conversion and what that led to within India and modern-day Pakistan. Ashoka, who was smitten with the horrible conscience of killing and mutilating thousands of people during his quest to expand his empire, became repentant and sought the change of his life necessary to feel peace. One of the most important factors in this conversion was a young novice monk by the name of Samudra, who used Buddhist scripture to facilitate Ashoka's change of heart. The conversion of Ashoka led to the spreading of Buddhism like wildfire in this empire. He made sure that Buddhism was spread to every corner of his kingdom. Ashoka is responsible for the erection of monasteries all over modern-day Pakistan and India. He also sent out missionaries to all possible places. He was such a proponent of Buddhism that he supposedly executed those who refused to convert to the faith. It does, however, remain a mystery to modern-day historians as to the extremes Ashoka went to in order to assure the conversion of his people to Buddhism. As I come to a close in this presentation, I would like to once again mention that the spread of Buddhism in ancient India also encompassed what is now modern-day Pakistan. Buddhism in Pakistan is as much a relic in Pakistan as it is in India, both having different dominating religions. Buddhism existed once peacefully in this nation, but eventually as extremism in a more modern society became unearthed, Buddhism started to become a thing of the past, in a country that historically was a place with an ancient tradition of tolerance. I hope that you as students of culture understand a little better the reason for the presence of Buddhism in the modern Muslim nation. Thank you.